Hi, Georg. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. Let's begin with your background. How did it start?
It depends on what you mean with this. If you want to look at it broader, it started a long time ago. I still consider myself a tech nerd. I was always very interested in computers, new technologies. I remember when I was still in elementary school, getting the first old computer, and that's also many years later in 2012 what led me to crypto, but also other areas. For example, I used to be a semi-professional videographer. Was into music, audio production. So yeah, this is basically how it started, the curiosity and fascination with new technology.
That's interesting. And then how did you, what was the transition from videography to crypto and so on and so forth?
No, I think I was always fascinated by new concepts. So with videography, I still remember when this, basically the affordable cinema cameras, the digital, the DSLR with video function came out. And yeah, with crypto, I still remember one of my friends introduced me. It was, I was back then already graduating from law. This whole new concept of regulating something. When you look at laws, it's basically always you should do this, and if you don't do it, then these other things will happen. And in normal legal systems, everything revolves around this. And what really fascinated me back then, and in the same manner does, that Bitcoin and many other cryptos, they just work on a completely different and revolutionary system of just regulating something.
And Bybit EU, right? Why Europe?
So Europe the answer is very simple. It's just a key market. In terms of population, it may not be the biggest market. Of course, if you look at India, China, there are bigger markets. But if you look at the amount of people by the economic power, it's one of the most important regions in the world.
Interesting. And then what is Bybit's main focus at the moment?
Bybit EU. We just transitioned from our biggest focus, getting the MiCA license, to now starting up our operations full scale. So we're already live, but what we're doing now is we have a couple of other products, for example, financial instruments, and we're working very hard to bring those to the European markets. For example, Bybit Card will tomorrow launch for Austrian customers. So it will be this bit by bit bringing all the products that we have on the global platform to Europe.
And you guys are moving pretty fast. The MiCA license has been obtained quite recently.
I started last week, a year ago. I had my first day. I was the first person hired before we had an office, before we even had before the company even was registered. And it took 9 months to get the MiCA license, 10 months to get live, and now we are already around 20 people and have an office and are fully operational.
And as for the financial products, right, besides Bybit Card, is there any interest in EU-focused offerings? Maybe something to do with euro, right?
In general, we're a global platform. We have global products, and also crypto in general is global. And we want to offer it and offer support for global markets. And one of the most important thing is we call it fiat on and off ramp in local currencies. So this is what we're currently focusing on, for example, for Polish users, that they can directly onboard in zloty, but also still a very big issue for all European users is that crypto is very US dollar driven. So to answer your question, we are working on it, but I think it's not just for us, for the entire European field. It's still a long way to go until we have an actually fully euro-based offering.
All right. And then how do you plan to grow in Europe?
I think it's 2 ways. So, for example, what I mentioned before, bringing a wide variety of products that are all fully regulated to Europe. And the second thing is that we're also present in all of the local markets. So for example, we have already 9 languages live, including 24/7 customer support. We will add 5 more in the next few weeks. And we're also planning on opening up offices in the key cities of Europe to be there for our customers with events, but also direct support.
Thank you very much. And what about Austria? Are there any particular plans to grow in Austria? Maybe something that people wouldn't expect, because you had a great opening ceremony. It's interesting what comes next.
Thank you. Also as something who is, a native Austrian who has worked here for over 10 years, I think what is surprising that, sure, a global platform that wants to be regulated in the EU needs an office somewhere, but also the clear direction is that regardless of the market potential, and Austria is, of course, just by population much smaller than, let's say, France or Germany, there's still this they see it as a duty. We see it as a duty to contribute something to the crypto scene and to the country. I cannot announce anything quite yet. As I said, we've just started officially, but there will be many interesting partnerships and cooperations here in Vienna and Austria coming up.
So a lot of things are coming soon.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. Thank you very much for the